I think FoodMASTER is a very good program. I think it is a program that is very beneficial to the students, as you said, with math and with science and with health. So it covers a lot of areas, and it would definitely be a program I would use again. I think the part that I enjoyed the most was the fact that the kids were so involved because, of course, they love to eat. And so they were very, very engaged in most of the activities that we did because it involved food. Of course, nutrition is one of the it's one of the four goals in our science curriculum, and it's something that I've always enjoyed doing, but having the materials has always been a problem. Gathering the materials, coming up with all the activities, and so this program had everything. It had the activities, it had all the materials, everything was furnished, and so having that made it very easy to use. Plus the fact that knowing that most of these children needed instruction on nutrition, because that is one of the big things that they seem to not understand. When they talk about snacks, their choices are not usually healthy choices. So by going through this FoodMaster program, I'm hoping that they will be making some healthier choices in the future. I do see the value of the science part because, as I said, learning about nutrition and learning about food groups has been part of our science curriculum for several years anyway. So this definitely goes right along with science. They're aware of reading food labels. We talked a lot this year about food labels and about reading food labels, what you can learn from reading food labels. And I know that they are very aware of what the food labels tell. They're very aware of what foods are healthier. I know that some of them, I've noticed when they're bringing snacks, they're bringing in fruit, they're bringing in vegetables and dip.
What about fiber? Does anybody have a good source of fiber? We have a good source of fiber right now.
I got less than 1 gram.
Does anybody have more than 8 grams? You said 8 grams of fiber?
8 grams of fiber.
I got less than 1.
You have less than 1. And what cereal do you have? Fruit Loops. Less than 1 gram of fiber. What about sugar? Who thinks they have cereal with
One of
fiber?
the activities that surprised me the most this year was the activity on salmon. When I first read the activity, and I thought, most of these children are not going to like the salmon. So when I opened the packs of salmon and the salsa, and we chopped up the vegetables and we put all of this together in the bowl, my thought was, what am I going to do with all of this leftover salmon, because I don't have a garbage disposal. If I put it in the trash can, that's all you're going to smell all day long. And so the whole time, all I could think about was, what am I going to do with all this leftover salmon that these kids are not going to eat? When I asked them who wants to try it, nobody wanted to taste it. And finally one child said, he said, I'll be brave and I'll try it. And so he tasted it, and he told everybody it was good. So once he tasted it, several others wanted to try it. And so eventually almost every child tried it, and almost every child liked it. I ended up asking them who wants seconds, who wants thirds, and they scraped the bowl, so I had no leftovers. But my one concern had been, what am I going to do with all this leftover, smelly mix of spread that we had made? And as it turned out, they ate every bite of it.